What is one thing that they can do to help you, if you could say?
I mean, please, homeowners, please pay us that 10% or 5% they are holding on to us.
Welcome to another episode of Grilling by Deconstruct TV, where we ask honest and pointed questions in renovation and its related industries. Today we have CK here. CK, you are a contractor, right?
Yes, I
How
am.
many years have you been a contractor?
Over 10 years.
What do you think is the main difference between a contractor and a designer?
For ID is that they are more on designs. You know, they can draw. You know, they can give pictures. They can give a lot of ideas to end users.
Contractors can do that as well.
We can give ideas, okay, but then again, when it comes to real drawings, we can't draw.
Yeah.
Literally, contractors, we are known as contractors, right? Contractors can't really draw.
So you think the main difference is the design?
Not only designs, they most of the things that they always give ideas that's out of the box to end users, which is not practical at all. It's more on aesthetic instead of practicality.
So contractors will give practical ideas.
Mostly it's all practical ideas. We don't give things that's not practical at all.
Contractors should give practical ideas.
That's what end users feel.
But what do you feel?
50-50 thing, It depends on individual contractors, There are contractors that also can give like ideas. Ideas.
You mean they give
whatever they can? We also give drawings. Not that we don't give drawings. It's just that we give it to third party, to drafters, to draw ideas that we have shared with customers.
Okay.
Then we come up with all the renderings, and then we still produce it for our end users.
Then like that, the line between the ID and contractor is very grey, right?
Which is, I agree, yeah, it's actually very grey.
If I ask you, 100%, let's take the whole ID pool. What percentage of them do you think are real designers, in your opinion?
60 to 70% only, maybe.
So the remaining 30% are not real designers.
Exactly.
Should designers charge a design fee?
There are some that charge, there are some that don't. So, like I said, also depending on the companies, what's their stand. There are even see people charge for even application for HDB permit.
What's wrong?
I mean, it's free. Why should you be charged?
But I did the paperwork, right?
Paperwork, everybody does it, what?
Yeah.
So why must you charge the kind of fee? If HDB doesn't charge you, why should you be charging the end user?
So all contractors shouldn't charge HDB permit?
No contractors. I mean, so far the contractors that I know, they don't charge all this.
Okay, ask another way. Do you think contractors should be cheap?
Not that we are cheap. Okay, why is it that like you said, that the difference between also contractors and ID, right? End users always feel that contractors just do the work only,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
that's reasonable, right? For homeowners to think that you're just doing the work.
So, so when you think you just do the work only, they feel that
shouldn't you be cheaper?
I shouldn't be paying you much,
Correct.
Correct, not? So that's one of the reasons why that we are always cheaper than ID.
Yeah, sorry. So answering directly the question, should IDs be cheap?
No, I don't think so.
What's the margin that you guys should take?
For us contractors, maybe like 15 to 20%.
15 to 20%.
Yes, maximum 20% we can go. We cannot go anything more than that,
right?
We go anything more than that, people will say that, wow, your contractor high atas one.
Correct. But then we also see there are some IDs now in the market. They also go at 20%.
These are not so-called IDs, I feel. Because there are people don't like to be called contractors, Okay. So they call themselves IDs. But ultimately, they are still contractors. Because ID is like it's like a name. It sounds good, When you present your name card, when you tell people you're an ID, people look at you in a different way. That means you are a person that can give a lot of ideas, a lot of info, But when you give a card and put contractor, because it's like a construction worker, like that.
Right. So in your case, let's say the designer, right? The 60% or so, they are the real designers.
Mm-hmm.
What margin do you think they should take?
Anything minimum 20%, maximum I wouldn't know, maybe 40 to 50.
From what you see,
Yeah,
40 to 50.
yeah.
Do you agree that they should take 40 to 50?
Well, I cannot say agree or disagree because the end user is happy to pay for it.
Yeah,
Right?
but can't be. But your own stance. I want your own stance.
Mm.
Do you think they deserve to charge at 40, 50%?
I feel that it's a bit too much. After all,
The main difference you pointed out was the design and the ideas, the aesthetic ideas.
correct.
That's the main difference between a
Yes.
contractor and the ID,
Yes.
right? According
Yes.
to you.
Correct.
So that alone does not justify another 20% on top of the base 20%.
But then again, that's what they're paying for. Because
But consumers are
something
still paying for that.
Yeah, they're paying for because there are people that wants to pay for something that's aesthetic. You
Right.
know? Because they want their house to look good. You know? And there are also people feel that, it's just like when you go into a branded bag shop, when you buy the bag, you bring out, you feel good about it. You know what I mean? It's like when you tell people, say your house has been done by who and who in the market,
Okay.
people feel wow, like how so you must have spent enormous sum to do this.
I give you
this
two
house,
scenarios. Okay, the first scenario, contractors,
Mm-hmm.
right? But they brand themselves as contractors,
Correct.
but then they charge you the price of an LV bag.
So there are people that are like that. So that's why in this market, we have a lot of good bad hats,
Yeah,
They go all the way out to say that they are only contractors, but then they also charge quite an enormous sum
correct.
to end user. So, but this trade is such a way that there is no such thing as you want to earn less or you want to earn more. You get what I mean? To them, it's like, are you this price? Even though I'm a contractor, if you sign on me, I mean, that is your, that's your pasal.
Yeah,
at
which
the end
is
of the day.
you know what's frustrating? Sometime back there was this contractor who wanted to work with us, right? To
Uh-huh.
get our customer.
Okay.
That fella, I asked him, show me your quotation so I know where you price at, right?
Uh-huh.
That fella for one toilet, right? Overlaid supply materials, right? To lay floor and wall tiles in the bathroom.
Mhm.
He charged $8,000. $8,000, you know.
Well, he's gone.
You know what's the worst thing? I tell him, how can you charge this type of amount?
Yeah.
He come back and flip and tell me, 你是这样做生意的是吗?
I mean,
Right.
that one is a bit too much. I
Correct.
know,
How is that 20%? That's like 100%. I don't know,
Yeah.
50% margin.
Which is, I mean, there's definitely one or two contractors out there.
One
that
or two. Do you think only one or two?
I think so. It's quite minimal.
Let's say 10 contractors. How many
no.
will?
Maybe 2 or 3 will do that only.
Oh,
Yes.
then the rest will price at 15 to 20%.
Yes, correct. Because why I say that is that because where I come from, previous company, most of the people that left also came out to be on their own. And we still keep in touch once in a while. We will share, about what are we doing in the market. When we discuss about pricing itself, it's all around there.
What do you mean? All around 15, 20% or
Yeah.
all around?
Around 15 to 20%. There's no one that wants to go higher than that. Because that when they go higher than that, the chances of closing the sales is very low.
I give you another example.
Mm.
Recently, there's a lot of contractors, right, who brand themselves as contractors.
Mhm.
They don't. Remember just now you talk about a lot of people like to call themselves IDs.
Correct.
Now a lot of people like to call themselves contractors, right? But then you see the price.
Maybe they disguise themselves.
You see the price.
Yeah, maybe they disguise themselves like they are contractors, but actually they are charging at an ID price. But then again, they want to behave like
Yeah, but-
contractors.
But
Because-
they believe they deserve that price.
I mean, that's why they think that it is lah. Maybe they think that the market is such a way that you want it, you take it. You don't want, then you go to other people. There are people that are like that.
But renovation is such a hard and technical topic. It's hard for homeowner to be able to tell whether what is fair and what's not fair,
so
right?
that's why you see when you talk about homeowners, there are many types of homeowners. If you're talking about the younger generation, they're all more tech savvy. These people will not fall into this group where they will go to this contractor at all. That's
Some might.
definite. You know,
Why
because they are, you know, they have more info, you know, they will always go and find out first, you know, roughly how much this and that, you know. Whereas the owner generation, the people that are not so tech savvy, these are the people that will come into contact with these kind of contractors, where they will believe that what they are paying for is
That's
at that
even
price.
worse, right? You
But
as a
that is the
contractor,
market.
I just make an assumption. Most contractors are older.
Yeah,
So you are like taking even more money from someone of the older generation.
well, there are people that are like that. Listen. To them, you know, it's just making money. They are not killing people. They are just giving you a price. You accept it, you sign. You don't accept it, then right?
Right. We go to the second scenario.
Okay.
Just now we mentioned, right? I don't know how to use the LV bag. So there are IDs, right? They try to give you an LV bag, meaning that they try to do design for you. They try to do everything for you.
Okay.
And they price cheaper than contractors.
Or then I say you should
15
go.
to 20%.
Then you should go to with these people. But these are the people I should say. Okay, they should be quite new in the market. That's why they are able to do that.
So you
If
mean
not,
experience plays a part?
yeah, experience will not do that. That's definite.
Why?
No experienced ID will want to make the kind of profit margin
Why?
because they're used to it. What?
But they can do by volume, right? I do by volume, maybe I earn even more.
No, I mean, you know, ID is not about getting volume. ID is more on, you know, like, you know, it's not that you get more, that means you make more or whatsoever, I feel, at the end of, for the ID part. I mean, from the point of view I'm looking at, because it's more complicating. It takes a lot of detailed work. You know, if you get more, you are going to, you know, cause more hiccups to your.
Maybe they how many projects should an ID handle? Or contractor, whatever it is.
For me, I feel that, you know, in a year, all right, if you have like
In a month.
in a month maybe two,
Two?
yeah, I
Two?
find that, yeah,
Is that enough?
it's, you know, if you get too many, you cannot be on site to look after the job.
I know some people who have like 8.
Well, God bless them, man. Because bless those owners, right? I don't think he can foresee all jobs, right?
Right?
There were sure hiccups along the way. And how many hiccups are going to cost? Out of 8, maybe 4. 4 unhappy customers keep on complaining about you. At the end of the day, your name is tarnished. What for?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they can't do a good job, right?
Definitely, it's very difficult to do a good job. If 8 full reno, I wonder how you handle it. There are, you know, in one renovation, there are 7 to 10 parties that you need to coordinate with. So can you imagine 8 jobs you have?
Yeah.
That is like 70 coordination, and that all runs concurrently. You just need, you know, hiccup on one, the rest is dead. Because it's a domino effect.
It is.
Right?
Yes.
So you just need one customer to complain, and that's it.
So you're saying IDs of contractors, maximum lah, maybe 3 or 4 projects.
Yeah.
2 is comfortable.
2 is very comfortable in a month. Anything more than that, like I said, not that they cannot handle, but I feel that it's too much to handle. So they are, okay, you are talking about also 8 projects. Okay, I also haven't come across. ID take up 8 projects, but on site is not them.
Yeah, site manager, right?
Yeah, but this site manager knows what? They are not the one that is coordinating with the homeowners, what? Right? So they are there just to see that, make sure that these tasks are finished, but then any hiccups, he doesn't even know.
So do you think all IDs and contractors should go down site themselves?
They must. To make sure that everything runs.
So I cannot pass it to a site manager.
No, that's not right. Means you are half bluffing your customer. What? You say that, you know, everything on
But
site
it's
planning,
definitely,
this will be
it's
me,
definitely
you know?
common, right? To have site managers?
No, that is only when you got too many projects. No?
Correct. If maybe
Correct.
I
No?
want to close sales.
So that's why I say at the end of the day, that's where all the complaints starts to come in. So why Reno become the first complaint in case? No?
Yeah.
It's because of all this. No? Site manager going down, and then they don't do anything. You know, they just go down, just stare, walk one round, then after they go off. So what happened at the end of the day? Customer complain. Right?
Yeah, but if if let's say I play devil's advocate, right?
Mm.
If let's say I am a big firm,
Mm.
right? Big firms most of the time they'll have a site manager, right?
So that's why a lot, I mean, sadly to say, a lot of big firms, complaints is number one. It's just that we never get to see it. Let's
Yeah.
put it in that way.
Correct. But if the ID, according to you, goes down to the site themselves, you think the number of complaints will drop.
Exactly. Definitely. Because they're on site, they know what's happening. Because this is what they have discussed with the homeowners. So how can anything go wrong? When you have actually agreed with the homeowners. So when you're on site, you know what is happening, which is very important. That's one thing for sure. But you find, if you ask a site manager to go down, which they are not in a conversation with the homeowners, how the hell do you know what's happening? Because the idea is going to only tell you, say, hey, you just go down and take a look, make sure that the tasks are finished, this and that. Yeah, the tasks are finished, but they never, like maybe here's the special part they never do. Right? Then there may be shower areas, they never do the shelving, so they forgot. So this is where all the cock-ups will happen. So what happens next? Customer complain. So when customers start to complain, everything will start to go wrong. It's always the case.
Okay, CK, let's change for a while.
Mm.
You are a one-man show, right?
I have a partner.
Okay.
So it's two of us.
Okay.
Mm.
But more or less, it's a small firm.
Yes, exactly.
How do you convince people? There are a lot of small firms in the market.
Yeah.
How do you convince people that you won't run away?
Okay, maybe one thing, we are private limited. All right. There's a minimum sum of,
$350, I can open a company?
No, for contractor, there must be 50,000 in the bank.
50,000 in the bank?
Yeah, anything that's the minimum that you all can claim from us.
Is it?
Yes.
From what? How do I
Yeah.
claim?
When,
So many
when
people
you
close
sue,
on
when you sue the company itself, we have to come up with this 50,000.
I tell you, I don't have the money.
No, but this 50,000 has to be there. You have to pledge one.
You pledge against who?
Yeah, the company.
Against who? Who's
For
the
any
counterparty?
negligent in the public or
Who's the
whatsoever.
counterparty?
Anyone, third party that that is unhappy, that wants to sue us, there is this that you can claim from.
It's a legal.
It's a legal binding thing.
Legal for all
Yes.
contractors?
By right, yes. If you are a private limited.
I just go Google now. The number of contractors that take money run away. There is a private limited.
Those that run with private limited because they don't even bother anymore.
What do you mean?
To me that they are already prepared to cheat. Really.
Correct.
Really?
Yeah. So from homeowner, how do you stop them from cheating?
This 50,000 that you're saying that you can take out one, but of course you got to show your first 50,000 first.
Okay.
Then after you can take it out. But then even though you take it out, that is the minimum that you have to pay out. So you cannot run. Of course, there are people that, like I said, they are prepared to run away.
Yeah.
So they are not prepared to, they are, when you sue them, they run away.
So you see, all private limited that is tagged under a renovation.
Correct. They are
contractor.
Yes.
Need to pledge 50,000.
If you want to be HDB licensed.
If you want to be HDB licensed.
Yes.
So that's why the bottom line is.
Correct. That's the minimum requirement. So there are certain requirements.
Okay. But what if there's a lot of them that are not HDB licensed?
So they don't need. They don't need to pledge anything.
So you are saying private limited with HDB license?
Yes. You need to have.
Can a sole prop be HDB license?
Sole proprietor, no.
No.
By right, no.
No way.
Yeah.
So that's why if you do with a sole prop.
Yes. Then you are, the risk is there. The risk is there.
So you're saying that if I am not HDB licensed, there will always be a risk. But if you are, let's say I engage a HDB licensed contractor and they go bust, right?
You can sue them. You will have
50,000.
Yes. If you can claim, that's a 50,000. You see,
how many successful claims have you seen?
I got no idea, seriously speaking. Because
have you even seen one?
No. So far, I'm not involved in these kind of things, so I wouldn't know what is the statistic that there is, people claiming about. But of course, like I said, sole proprietor, the danger is more there. But it's just that he has to hold a sole proprietor. He can sue him for bankruptcy.
Okay, then how do you tell, let's say versus a bigger firm, how do you tell the workmanship? How do you tell the service? How will I know?
That is when you bring these customers to your on-site going reno.
existing site.
Yes, that is the best way of showing
I tell you,
them.
I don't have.
Really. I mean, if you don't have, then it's a bit difficult. But it's a bit difficult lah. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
you see. So
Is that the only test?
All this is also must also through good recommendation.
Okay.
The person that recommend. If you trust the person that recommend, I mean, there's 50% trust there, really.
Okay.
Right? The rest is up to you how you bring across to your customer and the chemistry you share with the customer.
What about service then?
Service, of course,
A lot of them, contractor ID, before signing, everything kyang, everything whole. Sign already, disappear, cannot find them. Respond very slow.
So there are that's why there are a lot of these people out there that just out there to cheat, I should say. They open up many firms, but the firm belongs to the same bosses.
Yeah.
They are just there to collect their deposits only.
And roll money.
So my question back now is, so why do you even need a showroom? Right?
No, but if you have a showroom, at least you know that fella actually paid their own money to go and renovate the place. Of course, some things are sponsored or whatever, right? But at least they spend the effort to go make a place, so it's less likely that they'll run away, right?
So the more when you have a showroom, the more you think it's trustworthy, right?
Yeah.
But there are so many that we show all cheap money on.
Let me ask you another question. How do homeowners find the right ID? How do they choose the right ID?
Okay, first thing is that we have to look at the quotation itself. All right. Usually homeowners, nowadays they will go for like 3 or 4 quotation. Then they will start to compare which one.
Do you think that's okay? For them to
it's fair. I think so. It's fair because you just don't want to narrow. Just go to one and then straight away you want to sign with them, not knowing whether this is the right price or not, right?
Yep.
So if you have 3 or 4, it will give you a better gauge of what are you paying for the work that is going to be done. So usually, out of these 3 or 4 quotations, there's always 2 that is always about the same. If you have these 2, this is the best way to compare. That means either one you have to choose. The chemistry between when they
what about the others?
The others you don't need to think about. Why I say that, all right? One may be too high, okay? One may be too low. Okay. The higher one may be an ID firm or whatsoever. The lower one is the most dangerous one. The lowest quotation, is always a bit more crucial in the sense that there are always there's a lot of I don't say a lot, there are contractors out there that will always like to entice you with the lowest quote, because they want to bring you in first. Then after that, when you sign with them, that's where all the things will start to happen. When you start work, they start to have additional work.
Common is that?
Oh, it's very common.
How common? Let's say 10 contractors?
10 contractors, maybe 4 or 5 of them will do
4
that.
or 5, that's half it.
You never,
They will lower to just to end.
Yeah.
What about IDs?
IDs, I don't think they will do that.
No?
Yeah, because I don't see them need to do that. Because IDs are known to be more expensive. So how low can they go? In the terms of quotation wise, they cannot go as low as even the contractors.
Right, but for half of the contractors just to entice you in, but I can counter you, right? You say the 2 people that price similarly to each other, too high, too low.
Yeah,
but it can be the 2 that are similarly priced. They are both high. So I've seen a lot of quotation. The 3 or 4, they are all high.
Fair.
Then I have one guy who so poor thing, right? He priced properly, right? But because everybody think the market price is that, then he kena.
Okay, then to be fair, if you feel that this is still not the market price that you're paying, then go to another 2 or 3 more. Ask for the quote, the same thing that you want to do, and see whether this quotation comes back is the same like the lowest one or not. It usually will be around with the same as the average.
If it can come back, means
correct. If it really comes back with that at the lowest quote, then like you said, maybe I agree with you. The rest are pricing up too high. But as like us contractors,
2 sides to the coin, right?
No, but like us contractors, we cannot price too high, man. There's only 15 to 20% margin where you can go. How high can we go? So the price cannot escape at all. You see? If quotation itself goes, it is a contractor quotation. It'll be roughly
But then
around
remember
there.
last just now, I said some contractors, they still price very high.
So that's why
Then people assume that I just go for contractors because contractor will be cheap.
So that's what I said. Like I said, out of 3 or 4, there's one will be higher. There was one will be lower. So that one will be at a higher part, no? So he will definitely will not get it, no? Because he already priced himself above the market rate, I should say.
Yeah.
Right?
So you say they should just, if there's a discrepancy, they should just get more.
Yes. Because the pricing itself cannot be the differences cannot be too large or too big, you know?
Like 3,000-5,000?
Yeah, it cannot be one. It cannot be so much different one. You see? If your profit margin is around 20%, you're talking about.
Correct.
It cannot be like, 3 or 5,000, a lot more or 3 or 5,000 lesser or 5,000 lesser. How can it be? It cannot be one.
Yeah.
You see? So that's why I say, if you still feel uncomfortable, get another 3 more quotes and look at the difference. If the 3 more quote comes back as the same, comparing to the 2 that is the same, roughly, then you are not wrong. It means you are paying the market price for your house rental.
Okay. Okay, CK, I changed the question from the other side. What all the homeowners, a lot of homeowners say contractors suck. Contractors' ideas they suck.
I mean, there's like you say, there's 2 sides of a coin,
Yeah. What is one thing that they can do to help you? If you could say.
I mean, please, homeowners, please pay us that 10% or 5% they are holding on to us.
The remaining balance.
Yes, because that is our profit. But then there are homeowners that will drag, not paying you, giving you a lot of
It seems like there's a lot of homeowners who
we are talking about maybe 2 or 3 out of 10.
2 or 3 out of 10 that don't pay the final payment.
Not that they don't pay, they drag the payment. They give you a lot of excuses.
Like
I keep on asking you back to come back to do touch up again and again and again.
But there's nothing wrong with do touch ups.
No. For us, when we hand over a house, it's when we fully done up and fully wash up. Then we will always let customers know that, or homeowners that, please do a thorough check and let us know where are the touch-ups that we need to come back.
Okay.
The final touch-up. So they will let us know, okay, CK, here. I say, okay, I will send out my guys when to do all these final touch-up. Once everything is done, okay, usually the homeowners will already prepare the check for you to collect your 10%.
Okay.
Which is, we are very glad, to these homeowners.
Yeah.
But there are homeowners will not give you that 10% or 5%. He will still give you reasons, say that, after touching up, you say, no, I think so, we will still check one more time, then we will get back to you again.
Yeah, but the line between like whether you need touch up or not, right? Some things you obviously need to touch up, right?
So whatever that is major or even minor touch up, we will definitely do. If it's, let's say it's a fault of ours. But there are customers that are, not even the touch up, but they still keep on asking you to come back. Giving you all sorts of funny things.
Until you give a discount.
Yes. Until when we tell them to say that, okay, why not, okay, Mr. So and so, out of that 7,000, maybe you pay us 6,000 or 5,000, then we close the case. They gladly do it.
And then the problem gets solved.
Of course. Because it's minus another 2,000 more.
But
they save another 2,000 by being draggy, Why not?
Yeah, but 2 out of 3 is quite high. 30% of homeowners.
Well, I'm not the only contractor that you can interview. You can check with other contractors and see whether they share the same sentiments like me. I believe all share the same sentiments like me.
Okay, then you've been in the industry for what, 16, 17 years?
Yeah, around there.
How do you tell which homeowner?
There's no telltale signs at the end of the day,
How can
actually. Because, they still pay up whatever that is stated in the contract, 10%, 40%, another 40%. Though maybe some will take a bit longer to pay you up that percentage itself, but they still pay up. It's only when you reach the end, then they start to show the true colors.
Yeah.
Which, there's no way to
no way.
Yeah, there's no way. How to tell them, say that this customer like that?
They choose contractor and choose
so this
homeowner is also the
fated law at the end of the day. Whether you got good customers or not, or good homeowners, or you get a good contractor or not, at the end of the day, I think so all this is
luck of the draw.
Yeah, it's a lucky draw. Yeah, it's a lucky draw. Okay? But then, like I said, also the same thing, like, for homeowners, also, to get a good contractor, you also have to see their history,
Of course.
before you choose them, at the end of it. But for us, contractor, we don't have a choice to choose,
Yeah. Then what if they really hold your 10%, 5%?
There's nothing much we can do. Even we go to
There's
case, all right, it takes a while for you to claim. You see? So why you see, in case, Reno is one of the top
Yeah, it
complaints,
is.
and it's all homeowners complaining about contractors.
Yeah.
But they never see that the contractors, those that are suffering, but we never complain. No complain.
Yeah. You telling me there's no complaint?
No, I mean, you complain also no use, what? Correct. We just want our money. We don't want problems.
Nobody
Because
want
it
problem?
takes a lot of time for us to go up to case this and that, show this and that. We don't have this time for all this, Why say you take that time and go and do other sales and get more businesses?
So end of the day, you are saying that the contractors just suck the 5% up and then they just
somehow or rather, the customers will still pay up, But it's just that you just keep on dragging and
the chase lah.
and the chase, it's very tiring. I don't think that we deserve that kind of treatment. After all, we have already done you a good job. So, just pay us, Then let us close the case. You are happy, we are happy.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, so we have come to the end of another episode of Grilling by Deconstruct TV. Let us know in the comments if there's any other people you want us to interview or grill.